Hi and welcome back. So we're now ready to place some dots on here to give us a reference when we go to print things out. So we're going to go up to the top and type dot, D-O-T, enter, and I'm just going to use numbers for this. So the first one is going to be 1, and you want to sort of do this. I'm going to do it methodically anyway, so I'm going to do all the ribs in one direction first, and I'll do all the ribs in the other direction after. Make sure that the end snap is selected down here, and again, if you don't see those options, just left click on O snap at the bottom and then make sure that this is active. So that's going to be my first. Right click to start that last command. Whoops. As I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm actually snapping on these surfaces, not on this first surface, but on each one of these. Okay, so I have everything laid out. All my dots are in place. Now I'm ready to start unrolling things. So I'm going to type unroll SRF for surface. It asks me to select the surface, and I'm also going to select the accompanying dot for that surface. And when I right click, it will place that at the origin. So I'm going to just move that off of the origin. The next one is going to come in. Make sure that you select the correct one. It looks like I can't deselect in this command, so I'm going to just escape if I make the wrong selection and make sure that I'm actually selecting what I want. Okay, so we've got everything laid out more or less. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to these right now are all surfaces. There's no curves here, and what I want to do is actually replace all these surfaces with just curves. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to type duplicate face border, and it's this one right here. So duplicate face border, and now it's asking me for the surfaces or faces to duplicate. I'm going to do this in top view. Might be easier that way. So again, if I start on the right and drag towards the left, everything that gets touched gets selected. Press enter when done, and it says duplicated 12 borders. So I now have curves basically that define each of these surfaces. And now I can go ahead and just delete each of these surfaces. So I just have lines. Whoops. You want to make sure that you delete the actual surface and not the curve. Now we're ready to go print with this. So we want to set this up. Again, like I did before, we're going to create a rectangle. We're going to use a dimension that we know that we can print off of, which I think was, we had said it was going to be 10 by 7.5. So now what we would do is set up our ribs to fit within this dimension. Now, obviously right now, the ribs are sort of oriented a little bit off. They're facing the wrong direction. I'm just going to take everything and rotate it. So rotate 2D, or just rotate, type that in. And then you want to rotate everything like that. So now it's sort of it fits within the aspect ratio of the printing area. And I'm going to select my first one, place it in here. And this, at this point, this sort of becomes a matter of just nesting things. So to try and get as much out of a piece of paper as I can, that might not fit so well that way. It might help if I actually rotate this. So rotate it around and try and get it so that it's not overlapping here and it's still within my printable area. One final thing that you might want to do is move these dots off of the printing area so that they don't end up as part of your paper when you go to print, or at least on the object when you go to print that. That's about it. So I would just repeat this square or this rectangle for as many of these as I need, and then I would go to print those. And it's really important that I print this to scale, to 100% scale, because this right now is my 25 or quarter inch rather. So when I go to cut this with an X-Acto knife or a bandsaw or whatever I use, I want to make sure that that's going to accommodate the thickness of the material that I'm using. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys in class. Thanks a lot.